What's going on, everybody? CaptainRoBear Crew here for Merrowstrand, episode 43. Welcome back, you guys. I missed you.
Oh, it's nice to be back.
On
Yay.
a Tuesday.
A Tuesday.
On a Tuesday.
Is it Tuesday? I don't know.
Get crunk on a Tuesday.
Some of us without jobs don't know what day it is.
It's true.
Fun
I have a job,
employment.
and I still have to remind myself what day it is.
It's about to be summer. It's gonna get so much worse.
Oh, don't start, dude. I get 2
Yeah.
weeks, and then it all hell breaks
2
loose.
weeks? You got 2 weeks? I got one.
What? Summer's just all fun for me. It doesn't mean daycare for me, you know? It doesn't mean that I can't separate from these things that I must raise.
My commute drops by like 7-8 minutes with all them buses off the road. So I'm big excited. I'm big excited.
So I love it that my gas bill for my car goes from filling up every 2 weeks to filling up maybe like up every month and a half during the summer because I'm not back and forth between school.
Wow.
It's like, I could get through the entire summer on 2 tanks of gas.
That's pretty nuts.
Gotta love that.
Like, road trips go up for me. It's like the exact opposite. Like, I don't spend any gas until it gets
I did
warm.
my road trip. I spent 24 hours in the car driving to NorCal and back in 5 days, so I'm good. It's not quite Timmy's cross-country marathon of 41 hours, but God, I've
It's much more
seen a lot of
expensive
five.
because you just stayed in the one expensive state as opposed to him who's at least able to get a $2 cheeseburger.
Yeah,
And it kept saying, if we drove like this in Ohio, we'd be in 3 states by now.
I've seen fire and I've seen rain. What do you make
seen it
them
all in the
listen
same
to
state.
at that point? Like, I don't want to listen anymore to jazz music.
Oh no, I got shamed from the daughter. Why do we have to listen to country when we're road tripping, Dad?
He just says, Pedro, 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 Pedro. He just says that
My
on
kid
repeat.
keeps asking for Deftones.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay.
I
I'd be
don't
down with
even
that.
listen. I don't know what.
I want
She
you
asked for the
change.
strangest thing.
You put that change song on, Mama?
That's Deftones is
I have never in my life heard of someone going out of the way for Deftones.
What?
Deftones
No.
is metal sexy time.
It is. It very much is.
That's accurate.
That's
Mom, can you put on that album that's all about heroin?
That and Nine Inch Nails.
Oh man, that's wild. That's I can't even imagine a Diamond Eyes album.
God.
I will say,
Mom,
one of my
I wanna go
favorite
see the
live
butcher.
performances-
No, we can't. Then it's Spotify and it pops up and it's the music videos like do 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 do. It's just blood orgy. Do 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 do. Okay,
Well, that's my
moving
playlist.
on. Yeah, for real. Oh man, you know what, guys? GCX is gonna be here before you know it.
So soon.
Hey, that's a summer thing.
Oh man, it's almost about that time where we tell radio that no matter what, that we're gonna smuggle him there, and he can refuse as much as he wants to, but you know, sometimes I have to roll up in a van in a ski mask and just
Just abduct him.
just do this old school style.
Get in the Southwest jet. Get in there.
Bro, we have so many beds and rooms. You can't even imagine. Like
Yeah, like it's dumb. It's dumb at this point how much space that we have.
they're everything's adjoining. We're just knocking down walls. That's all we're doing.
Yeah, Adam, just get in the backpack too. It's no excuses. He knows though. He knows that I'll hunt him down. He lives too close. You're just lucky that you're not drivable. The kind of shit that I would pull. Amanda would really have issue with me if I was in like neighborage. Like if I was
I would be
within
divorced.
if I was within an 8-hour drive.
Alimony and child support and living with you.
What trailer park could I live in 8 hours? Somewhere
It'd be in the desert.
Yeah, dude, I would be.
It'd be in the desert.
There's
gotta be
yeah,
something.
Then you'd turn into a desert person.
Oh, I'd be full
RoBear
Trevor.
Would definitely be RoBear would definitely be a desert person.
Oh yeah.
No, he likes
Full-
his humidity too much. No way.
Full
No.
Trevor from GTA. It is the problem. I hate. You guys have heard me go off on the desert before. Like that's just not.
But you would fit in with the desert people.
I fit in with
the
people.
Yeah.
That's because they realize that they can hoard all their shit there. And
they do.
It still degrades, but to a lesser degree. The hoarders where I live, you look and it's like, look at the ancient Amazon here. It's a previous society. It's just old rusty vehicles and a motor home and like, well, there's a good boat lift and my dad's over there negotiating for it. It's half stuck in the ground. We'll never use it.
In the desert, they also have the boat lift, and it's just surrounded by sand.
It's for some reason it's still there.
Well, it's a sand lift.
There used to be a lake here.
The only thing that RoBear has going against him, for living in the desert, is he doesn't do enough drugs. Not enough acid.
Yeah, dude. That whole like, I come from the area where it's like, well, man, we just drink a lot of beer, man. And it's beers and perks where I live at.
You don't want a perk in the desert.
Yeah,
you don't want that.
No,
you don't want that.
I'm just a beer guy. Oh man. Thanks, Voodoo Ranger. By the way, a shout out to Voodoo Ranger and all the lovely teas that we've been drinking this summer. So good.
I still haven't gone to the Bevmo across the street to see if they have the mix pack of tea.
Oh,
because that's where you can only get the Raz.
Most markets should have the mixed 12 pack now. So if you're looking there, if they don't, my suggestion, go to the convenience stores where a bunch of construction workers visit. They should have the 2x4s there. And I'll be honest, most of the time they're selling the 2x4s cheaper by the ounce than they are any of the other stuff. So if you have to, it's a good place to stock up. Don't feel shy about taking the whole rack out. That's what I did for my brother. He wanted to get stocked up with peach, but I couldn't find peach anywhere in a pack that wasn't just the regular. So I was like, hey, I'm just gonna fill you up with 2x4s. Don't worry about it. You'll like them. You'll like the way you like them.
I just want more of that raspberry.
I put Raz Pop in 19.2s. My liver is bro.
Dude, I wish they would. They're gonna get messed up with the truth on that one. They don't think internally that that's one of their best flavors.
We call Juice Force. We call Raz Pop.
And half and half. They don't understand how popular the half and half is. Some people don't want.
I told Patrick, get rid of the other two. Just do these two. Don't even fuck with the other two. Just the Raz and half.
Some people want the lemon toned down, and it's
I know.
Like that's exactly what it's there for.
If you want it toned down, put it on ice. Don't be a little bitch.
It's true. It's even better. God, I can't wait.
It's really good on ice. My gosh.
It's dangerous.
I heard the 1985s are back in a new can, and I have not sighted them yet. That's what I'm looking for. I'm on the hunt.
Wait, the lemon tea one or the half and like half lemon, half tea one?
Yes.
But which one's better on ice?
So they're both very good on ice.
They're all good on ice.
If you put the half and half on ice, then you get it tastes a little bit more like the tamed down lemon. And if you put just the tame one down on ice, it's just water. It's just water with booze.
We do like that.
I'll try that tonight.
Yeah,
I have them in there. So.
Oh my God, yes, do it.
Delicious. Yeah, put it on ice. Give it about 10 minutes to frost up the glass, and 2 minutes later you'll have no drink anymore.
Yeti life, dog. That's all you need. When you're on the lake, like you have a certain pace with Voodoo Rangers that you have to drink at. Because it's natural, you're decarbonating the entire time. So like when you're on beer, you're on a different kind of pace. I'm going to enjoy not having to be on that pace where I'm like, oh, I don't have to worry. Like I don't have to go to Slam City, right before the 35-minute mark every time with this beverage. And I can actually fill it, all the way up to the top. So that just means less time of me physically moving. It's more of me like as the Harkonnen laying there like the happiest turtle, moisturized in my lane, just thriving, beard barely in the water, just living my best Blastoise life. It's gonna be cold this weekend. It is not it has not been warm enough for that water yet, you know. But I am excited.
Here either.
I have Randall French Brand, which is one of my favorites on Friday night that's playing at the Breakers. And then I have That 70s 8-track band on Saturday. So the Redneck Riviera will be in full force.
Oh, yes.
We get 80s mixtape next month. So I'm very happy with the booking this year. They've done well. Who's got big announcements that they want to let the community know about? Guys got nothing. 2 weeks later, got nothing.
Yeah.
DreamHack is coming up.
Quiet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make you a little bit bigger, Adam. You're looking a little small on your box there. Huh?
I'm small.
Yeah, you're not.
SMOL. He's small.
If you've ever met Adam in real life, he's not.
No.
Not.
It's shocking.
He's deceivingly tall.
Deceivingly tall.
It's on the legs.
Now he's full Chad mode. You wouldn't recognize him at all. If you were to come to a convention, he'd probably bully you. No doubt.
Push you down and
try to push you down, feed you some monster energy.
And how else I'm gonna make it to GCS?
Gotta steal everybody's lunch money.
Yeah.
Shut up, nerd. I'm moving in with my girlfriend. Ooh. So, okay. This will be to completely out your personal life. This will be. What was your date when you moved back to St. Louis?
Oh God, this was it 2 years ago?
God, I'm good. Am I not good? Did I not lay out the timeline? Do I not fucking know the future? God,
I did a pretty good job. Pretty good job.
You could have given him some heads up about losing his job. Jeez, dude.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
What a jerk.
You know?
I already told him he's moving back to the land of no jobs, so I kind of did, even though he was remote. Like, yeah,
it's okay. We're both really excited that I'm gonna start working at Costco soon. So
hey man, Costco pays well.
There are days, bro. There are days where I'm like, you know what? I could go back to just checking out. Like,
I'll sling $1 glizzy. You know what I mean?
Dude, if you worked in the cafe. Can we go work in the Costco cafe together so we can just yell?
That would be fun. That would be so fun.
I need an 8-inch sausage! 18-inch sausage!
Me over there. I'll give you an 8-inch sausage. All frustrated. I'll give you an 8-inch. Well, it's like
oh my God. Our secret menu that we would have. Oh, dude, let's just all. Yeah. I kind of had like thoughts of this whenever I moved my grandpa into the VA, was seeing how much fun he was having in the cantina. Like, they bullied him because they're like, what do you mean you don't have your Cardinals hat in here? Like, he was asking us, he was like, hey, you need to go back and get like my Cardinal stuff. Like, I don't have it on. They give me a bunch of hell. And like, I need my, World War II hat. Like, everybody's pimping their different hats. He's like, I this is the stuff that I need over here. Yeah. It's like my grandpa just rushed and like, he's in the new fraternity home over here.
I love it.
His quality of life of like being able to have conversations way up. We love that. It's been a very good move.
Keeps you alive longer.
That, and they just let him have fried chicken. Yeah, they let him eat whatever they want. Dude, you go over these other places and they're like, all right, we're gonna try to feed your grandpa gruel. No, he wants fried fish. He's 97 years old. Let him eat whatever he wants. No restrictions.
Literally
whatever he wants.
He's already proven his diet works better than yours.
He's healthier on one leg than I am. Okay, like let's just. Good stuff. We need to pick up where we left off. Several weeks ago, with the party still on their shit, headed to cleanse Bog Hala of the Grim Filer, a fey spirit that has corrupted Bud's homeland. So far, you have done an excellent job of wading through the mess that getting here a little bit late seems to have caused. With the backing of Nagashaw, an ancient swamp deity, you guys have received boons from a certain champion named Damien, who's appeared here thanks to you cleansing the swamp of one of the two-headed Naga serpents that seems to have corrupted the area. Once doing that, you guys have headed to the one source of resistance. But your time spent in the village was short before not one, not two, but 3 green dragons descended upon your location. Things in the heat of combat got thick. Akiko, dying on the battlefield for the first time. You guys galvanized though. Were able to go through the resurrection ritual, bring her back to the material plane, as well as take care of many of the Frogfolk inside the resistant village, thanks to a call to prayer answered from Markos and his deity, the Brine Dragon. We pick back up with you guys in the resistance village in a cleansed swamp. Clear waters in the mangrove. Still that wonderful mix of fresh and salt water. You can see the little swirls and eddies on the edge that leads out to the ocean, of which you can finally see for the first time with the actual green toxic clouds lifted. The west. As a reminder, you guys came in from the north into Boghala. You have cleansed the north. You have cleansed the east. There are still the snake people slithering about in the center of the swamp. There is still the unknown west. And to the south, Boghala proper, where Grimfiler is known to be located. Now, we were a couple weeks removed from very, very intense scenes. Sometimes it is hard to go and get back into that. I'm going to let you guys decide where you want to start with your headspaces right now around the resistance village.
I don't think much time needs to have passed.
I don't know what we'd do if we waited around.
I know what Krak would do.
It's more this is
He
more
would
of
be
like
taking everything from bodies.
it's not this is not you need to be 1 week later. I'm talking about whether you're picking up the minute we finish combat or if you're picking up like an hour from there is what I'm asking.
Imagine, give us an hour.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the shock of battle and all the absolute whooping we just went through gives us a chance to digest and reflect on that.
All right. Who would like to start first wherever you're at inside the village? I will go ahead and pull the village map back up to give you a little aid to improv with, since it has been a hot minute since you guys have seen it. And I will try to go ahead and remove the awful ancient shitheads. What I will do is I'm going to, because this was a big, this is actually a request from Vecna. And it's something that, like, on my screen, I can see these creatures where they're at, and I remove them for you so that, like, it's not so cluttered. But I realize that it's easier for you to be like, oh, maybe I want to go and use survival parts from that, or maybe I want to loot this. So it's something on my side that I'm always able to see, but you guys can't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn these creatures translucent, just like this, so that
we
you know
also
they're
sink
there.
both of them into the water?
Pal took one down for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I thought Krak like just kind of fingered one down. That
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's
They-
Pushed it down.
They're down.
Exactly what he
But
Thank you.
Fisted it all the way down.
yeah.
they're down there. So just want to represent, you know, where, in case you want to do some harvestables and whatnot, these guys are here.
Bud's been pretty quiet probably the whole post activities. Just been sitting with Pal and probably awkwardly like looking over at Akiko on the regular, of just like staring for too long and then looking back at the water. Man, are you okay? Finally, like, looks over at you, Akiko.
So, since normally after battles, I pull my journal out and start to kind of like write everything down and kind of go over everything we've done so I can keep those. I've kind of kept that tradition up every time, but I'm gonna have it just, I'm sitting in front of my notebook, but I can't write anything down. Like, it's very clear that I just like pen to paper, but it's not moving. And just kind of shut out a bit from the outside. Just trying to think of where to start.
I've had people close to me die before, and
I didn't die.
well,
If I died, I'd be dead. I didn't die.
I think that's what is part of what I'm struggling with too. Because from what I saw, you were gone. And I don't know what that means. I don't know what Markos's abilities were, how he was able to do what he was able to do. I tried reaching out to Nagasha and she wasn't listening. I was so scared. And I can't even begin to imagine what that's got to feel like for you. So I just want you to know that you're not the only one, or you're not alone trying to process this.
You know the worst part about it? Is it felt peaceful. I thought it was going to be scary. But I just remember feeling warm and okay.
Huh. Did you see anything?
Not much that I can remember. It's more feelings.
Well, I'm so sorry that you had to go through that, and that we failed you.
You guys didn't fail me.
But I feel
We
like
beat a
did.
dragon. 3 dragons! And that's not even all that's in this swamp.
Exactly. Like, what are we even doing? You know, like, is this Is this just what we're gonna be faced with time and time again? I mean,
Hasn't it already been what we've been faced with? I mean, everyone's kind of taken their turn. I like to think that we just learn from it. If I can't learn from it, then what are we gonna do?
yeah. I guess just got to keep moving forward and just got to be smarter about it. I don't know what the right answer is, and I don't know how to make sure that doesn't happen again. And I guess maybe that's just something that nobody can promise.
Yeah, I don't think this team's been very good at promises, to be honest. To each other, maybe.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the good thing. We may not know what we're doing, but at least we're on the same page.
A page of a book that I don't even know what it's called.
What do you mean? I mean, I haven't named it yet.
Yeah.
Just wait. We're gonna do this. We're gonna go back. We're gonna have our picture taken, have it up on the wall with all the other adventures, and years from now, they're gonna drink and they're gonna tell our stories.
How do you get to come out of this feeling better than I do?
I don't know.
It feels good to hear you make a joke, though. That's for sure.
I think that's kind of how I've always gone over things. If I don't take it seriously, then can't let it affect me.
Well, I don't think Pal is going to leave your side. Probably ever now. I've never seen him react.
You
quite
kidding
the way
me?
that
I'm
he
not
did.
leaving his side.
That that was nuts. He put his whole body over you and did not move.
Maybe that's why I was warm.
Yes, that would explain that quite a bit.
That makes sense.
His tail immediately is up on your leg, like thumping back and forth. It's as much of a tail wag as our man can do.
It's gonna be
Morphs
a
into
whip
it.
because he doesn't quite know how to control it. He's like,
He's getting
this
better at it. It's a
tentacle
new
leg.
having that thing as basically like a giant tentacle. You know, it's hard.
It takes a while to get used to it.
I just know he chases his own tail with that.
Well, thanks for coming back.
Thanks for
Thank-
bringing me back.
That was Markos.
Markos is currently doing laps.
Like water, like in the water swimming.
Oh yeah, he's doing calisthenics because
Swimming?
it's pristine right now. Like it's perfect. It's as close to being back in Merrowstrand as possible. You've never seen the swamp look so good.
It probably hasn't even registered to Bud yet. Really, what all has changed? Like seeing Markos swimming around. Man, I've never seen this. I've never seen the swamp look like this before.
Kind of like
Bask
us.
in that sun.
I would imagine all the frog folk are like just on super peak summer buzzing mode, you know, just running around, putting things back together, rebuilding stuff quickly, picking stuff up.
Yeah, I
Oh
was
yeah.
gonna say Christian would be. I mean, he probably took some time to make sure Akiko was fine, but wouldn't say anything to her or anyone really. He would just immediately go into.
I feel like we would
Assisting.
exchange a nod of acknowledgement, and that's it.
Yeah, probably. but he would be spending this hour helping the people, helping, rebuild, anyone that was sick, he would, or, hurt or wounded. He would just be kind of going through and helping.
What is your Roadhouse summer fit of like, we're putting up the barn Amish style with Frogfolk? Like, what is your like unarmored, like, now that you're a dragonborn, did you like
up the scales?
like bandana? Like, what is your working fit?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably like, he's, he probably just takes off the armor, and he just probably goes like armorless on the top, right? And then he probably just has like some nice relaxed fitting, like loose pants for the bottom, and he just like kind of suns out, guns out.
Rebuild right now, you and me going at it.
Yeah. I think it's partially, just the change, but like he's so proud of this boon and this blessing that it's like an obligation to show off as much as possible, even though it's mostly to him, but he feels like he's worked so hard to obtain this. And you'd see, even with the new form, like there is still plenty of scars and old wounds and things that kind of like showcase his history, but he's proud of the changes that have happened. And so, I think, yeah, he's probably just sets it off to the side, and, he just keeps the hilt of the blade that he can ignite whenever he wants, so it's easy access, and he's just working away.
Levi 505s cut off.
Yeah.
Holy Avenger on the side. Dragonborn 8-pack. Just absolutely getting everything off the top shelf for these frog folk that normally have to jump to get it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I would imagine like two mom frogs that are just like fanning themselves watching you work.
There's more than
Whispering
two.
to each other.
There's a lot of frog aunties here.
He thinks about putting on some Crocs, but then he looks over at Pal and is like, that's insensitive. So he just scuffles it on.
Oh my god.
But yeah, he's just been spending the hour. He's moving slow. Because he got really roughed up. So he's not like, exuberantly running around, bounding around. He is definitely sore and bloodied and stiff. But these people, this resistance isn't much of a resistance. It's a survival.
Yeah.
And he's trying to do the best that he can to help them, because in his eyes, they brought this evil here. What we did. So he's trying to do his best to justify it. But every so often he would glance over and look at Akiko standing there or sitting there staring at that book, not writing. But that's what he would be doing for this hour.
So funny, your side is so much different than my side of this little shack that I'm working on, because Tarben's got a whole bunch of tools surrounded him and a bunch of good old boys who are just sitting there watching the work and talking to him about fishing, as he's got not only his work set up and as he's rebuilding and putting boards back onto this barn, but he's also got a line in the water with a bell in it that every time he casts it out, he's trying to hook Markos on his swimming bell as he's going back and forth. He's not really fishing to fish. He's fishing to keep the good old boys busy and talk about fishing, but he's really trying to hook the big one with Markos.
So
He's just keeping up with whatever Dylan's conversation is. If you're fishing, Dylan's there.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out on a limb here that our boy Bud is probably long ago, since he moved to the city, the city, actually gotten his eyes fixated so that it doesn't creep people out as much. But while you're in here, these are the country folks, so they are frog-eyeing all over the place. It takes a little bit to get used to their stories when they're like, one eye's on you, and then like a fly goes by, and that eye goes up here, and it's
It's hotter than getting rid of my accent. Working on that eye. I don't know how you bipedal folk just do it, where you just keep your eyes just focused on the same thing at the same. It's so like I'm constantly thinking about what I am looking at.
Took a lot of training to get here. And then there go be, man. There go be. Earl and matter of fact, if you are fishing up there currently, Earl and our boy Dylan are definitely having a fish off as well.
Yeah, they're having a fish off. I'm trying to hook Markos while I'm working on listening to how night crawlers are a superior bait than mealworms, and how you should never try that synthetic bullshit out here in the swamp.
I know a guy that back home. He's a worm grunter. That's what he gets. He gets these big earthworms, and Earl's not having any of it. Man, that sounds like black magic where I'm from, man. We ain't got to do no grunting to get no worms over here. Swamp provides. It's got everything you need. You ain't got to conjure the worms up, brother.
I've always found that if you've got some rotten chicken liver, you can throw that on a hook and fix something on the bottom real quick.
Now, why would you want to give away perfectly rotten chicken livers?
Because back home, we don't eat that.
Well, that's called fermented around here. Fancy
Let's
folk.
just say, I like some of your other fermented things.
Man, I'm gonna turn that around. You'll see it once I fry it up. You won't have any other choice but say yum. It's a good day when I can get a snort count. Just wait. Next weekend, I get to talk like that all weekend.
Oh, that hurts.
So Krak is going around and like also helping all the frog folk, and anybody that's downed, he gives like a quick cure wounds or a stabilization, like what is the spell? The spare the dying, and each time he does it, you just hear him go, "Greenfolk gotta stick together. Greenfolk gotta stick together," and he just like that's his like little mantra. And in between doing that, if he passes Akiko, taps her on the back, hits like a quick cure wounds, but also like anything he like walks by that he can scavenge, he does.
Pickpocketing with one hand and healing with the other.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
You see him rolling.
This is the way.
Greenfolk gotta stick together, and oh, this is mine.
Man, that looks like I could use that. That. You don't need that anymore. Well, that guy's dead. He's not gonna need that.
Do you have a bag of infinite holding? Is that where all this crap is going?
Did we have any frog folk deaths?
There were.
There were. Okay.
But you guys had a divine intervention. And that triggered Markos's Brine Dragon to show up. And because you have the champion of Nagashaw, he was able to also resurrect and bring back any of the frogs that had perished. And there was several from the different toxic breath. But luckily, there would have been some permanent, but with you guys being resistant to poison and what they've been through, you guys have actually been able to maintain what little resistance is here. I don't even think Damien ain't even on the map. He gone.
He left. He's like, I'm out.
Deuces.
I had a question for you, Damien. I don't know if maybe I just didn't ask properly, but when we were in that battle earlier, I tried reaching out to Nagashaw, and I didn't get not even a peep back from her. Is that did I do it wrong? Did I not like commune correctly, or am I just not somebody that she's looking at?
Nagashaw has been absent from this plane from some time. Do not hold it against them or yourself. We're just beginning to bridge the gap again.
So it's like the connection just kind of isn't always there.
You are an investigator, no?
Yeah.
These things of spiritual nature take time to develop. You too have been gone from home for some time. Do not give up hope on the first time not being able to reach them. You must have faith that Nagashaw loves you and loves this swamp. They want to be back. But Grimfire's corruption is still strong.
Not gonna lie, it's pretty disheartening to scream into the ether and not have anything reply back, but I hear what you're saying, and it does. I guess maybe that's just what I gotta do is figure out how to have a little bit of faith.
Of what I've done my entire life is screaming into the ether with no response.
And that just make you feel like you're doing something wrong?
Quite the contrary. I promise that over time you will understand this relationship. Not all prayers need to be answered. Look, by yours not being answered, the brine dragon answered Markos's and ushered in a strength that even Nagashaw doesn't have in this swamp yet. Sometimes the best of prayers need to go unanswered. Don't give up hope. You'll feel it when you hear the sound of the swamp as you walk these boardwalks and bring freedom back to the rest of Valhalla. It's about instilling the hope for others that Valhalla hasn't had since any of you can remember.
I mean, you look around and you see a pretty lively frog community going on right now, and it's not something I've seen since I've been here, so
There's
I guess it
hope
makes sense.
now.
Just feels weird to just put your just beliefs into something that you can't see, touch, or feel, and I don't know. It's hard for my analytical brain to really wrap around, but
What is the difference from faith and that of an instinct that you have to chase a lead? They are not mutually exclusive, bud. Trust your instincts. They haven't let you down.
now that I can do. Those haven't steered me wrong. Maybe that's the right way to look at it.
And remember, the boon of Nagashaw was here the whole time. How many would we have lost without their aura around us, protecting us from the poison of the corruption of these green dragons?
I don't even want to think about that.
They are there. Damien is going to take one of the fangs off of his necklace. And simply whip up just a small necklace with a couple of extra beads that he has. And he's going to hand you that small token.
Oh.
Sometimes we need something physical to know that they are with us still. Let this be your totem, your beacon. Remember that Nogashar is here. And he's going to hand you that arcane focus.
But I'll grab it. Kind of like puts it on and pushes it so it touches his necklace that he has had with some of Hal's teeth on it, and just kind of presses it in. Okay. Yeah, I'm familiar with this kind of connection. Maybe this will help my brain kind of focus and build that connection. Maybe it's something I can just work on when I'm doing some of Christian's meditations.
What do you love about staring into the swamp's beauty the most? He's asking what your favorite piece of nature is.
Honestly, it's the morning when things are just starting to come alive and awake, and the way the sun kind of beams through, you can see it almost cut through all of the fog. It's one of the prettiest things that I think you can ever experience in this whole big world. And it's just this symphony of sound and this amazing light show that only lasts for a few minutes, but it's just one of the prettiest things that you can really ask for. You get the beams pushing through all the trees, cutting through that morning fog, and just the sounds of all the life. That's my favorite thing that I remember as a kid, getting up early and just enjoying.
I want you to roll your spell attack with advantage. Now, I believe because you're this custom-built class that it doesn't assign you an actual spellcasting modifier. Am I correct on that?
No, it would not.
So just go ahead and roll your bow.
Okay.
With advantage. By the side of the dock where you're looking at setting this scene up, just a whole new patch of cattails begins to grow up. And you can see it has that little bit of morning dew over the top of them. And you can see there's just a little bit of sunshine that's peeking through some of the mangroves that shines down on it as it evaporates the dew over the top of them and fades.
It looks almost just like that.
Damien pats you on the back with a big, toothy smile underneath his mask. And he walks away to go and help those that are raising several of the different structures back up. As you
Like
now
a child,
have
Bud rushes over to the cattails that just sprouted and starts investigating as to like how old do they look? Did they really just come out of the water? What is happening?
as you now have druid craft.
Let's go.
Very cool.
He just starts playing around in that cattail bush, just making new ones come up next to him. Just-
Whoop. You're just habitat, dude. There's a couple of small sunfish that are now down underneath there because they can hide a little bit over in the section. It's just as mystifying as it is when you're a child wandering through a creek for the first time and just seeing all the things interact in clear, fresh water.
Thanks for the tooth, Damien. And then he just makes a bunch like come up and cover him and hide him.
Thanks for the tooth. Danny Hoppington is walking around supervising everything as he's come out of his hut, had a front row seat to all of this. And he's just got he's been constantly, you can tell when he's really happy. It's just his frog beard, which the frog beards are more like turkey, like a turkey beard. Like it's very short and long. Like that's enough said. Just going in between, and just the true mayor of the town is making his rounds. Markos would eventually hop out from his calisthenics and just kind of sit over on the boardwalk for a little bit and look over, not needing to give Akiko, the business. They've already been through a lot today, but he's just watching, just making sure that everything's okay.
But he's looking at me like I'm gonna turn into a zombie or something. What's going on, man?
Resurrection's so lame. Like, get
anxiety's
over it.
building. At this point, now I'm in my book just because everyone won't stop staring at me.
That's so Akiko. What is everybody else? Oh, Krak, you said you were going to do some harvesting, correct?
Oh,
Is Krak
He
there?
did.
Can Krak
did.
hear us?
You might have lost Timmy. He's frozen and he just dropped out of
No, he's not.
Frozen. He's moving.
He's hunting right now in the swamp.
Yeah,
he was so
what's
still.
happening?
That is the face of what's going on.
Oh, there we go.
He was crafting the return to Discord.
He's already come up. He's got 7 horns, 3
Yeah.
wing. Look at the bat wing I got.
I am a dragon.
He's gonna get those in the summer.
He comes out with a
He's
machine.
attaching the wings to his Iron Man suit.
Oh.
He knows
What a
Flying
stud.
squirrel goblin.
Oh, God.
Discord tried to connect to my phone and then disconnected from my microphone.
Oh man, good times.
So, like every half hour, it's like, how about no? How about no? How about no? So
Don't you want me on your phone?
I'm about to turn this shit off. I was gone for a good 2 minutes there.
Oh God.
Just me going, ah.
Panic.
Yeah.
Were
You
you
were,
wanting to do harvesting?
Yeah, you were harvesting and crafting and stuff, right? Oh God, Timmy. Out again.
Turn your phone off.
Oh God.
Poor guy.
No. So bad. I hate it.
Guys, I found this mug and all it says is I went to hell and all I got was a stupid pocket rat.
Crotch rat.
Oh.
Well, they had to PC it for the masses, you know.
Yeah.
You only find that one in like the tourist shops of Southern Florida.
So, we'll pick somebody else for the moment. Anyone else doing anything in the village of Resistance?
I'll have something, but I was gonna wait until like near like dusk, like bedtime. So if someone has something else going on, then by all means.
Bud will make his way back. We don't need to run away right now, right? We're good just hanging out here for a little bit and recharging our batteries, right? Everybody's okay with that plan?
I think we have things to do for these frogs here. When we're done, then we can move on. Get them back on their feet before we start hustling off.
Also, I could really go for some food.
I know these,
Real food or rotten chicken livers?
right, you heard him talking about that too.
Earl does make some really good chicken liver. I'm not gonna lie. It's some of the best stuff.
Apparently it's fermented when it's rotten.
I mean, you put it on cracker and it's just like, I mean, it's one of the perfect hortivores.
So you're willing to make a cracker, but you're putting, just... Is there anything fresh? Did we catch anything today?
The good news.
Cracked like.
Oh God, you are.
What is going on over there?
Like,
it is
Timmy,
Tim.
you are possessed right
Tim
now.
Prime.
He had one of the bad chicken livers.
No more arigato, Mr. Roboto, Timmy.
DJ the cook.
Hey Tim, where'd you find that?
Let him cook.
I buy that for $1.
Well, matter of fact, you halfway through this process, you begin to smell spice. And a lot of it. The crawfish boil of all crawfish boils has begun. There are bog holla shrimp, these giant prawns, ones that you haven't seen since you were so little. They're the ones that you had probably in your adult life were like half this size. These things are just monstrous, and they have a whole separate boil for those and their regular crawfish. The closest, these are like Key West pinks. They're not quite Gulf shrimp. These are that sweet giant jumbos.
These are not Red Lobster endless shrimps.
Well, that'll cause Bog Hollow to have to shut down, and we've already gone through bankruptcy.
Bog Holla.
Don't over harvest.
You know what?
No tie union contracts here.
In a shout out to our brothers at the Lob, there will be a entire oven full of
Cheddar
the
Bay
last
biscuits.
of the Cheddar Bay before they were over harvested. You can smell the garlic, cheese, and diabetes beginning to waft up, unlimited, actually.
But what I do imagine is that like the boil is getting set up just going to be on the dock. Like they're just going to lay the wax paper down right on the dock, and it'll take up just like a whole stretch when they are getting ready to unload this.
Oh
Ice
yeah.
paper. You don't have the Bog Holla Gazette we can lay down?
That's Danny Hoppington. Danny's the living Gazette.
Oh, you guys are in for a treat. We're doing a crawfish boil. Oh, jeez.
Smells absolutely heavenly.
My favorite part is the corn. I don't know what it is about the corn, but it just soaks up all of the flavor and then becomes the most perfect texture and combination of buttery goodness and just.
And I would say what's really cool here is that you guys have a variety of wild corn that looks very similar to blue.
Yeah.
It has a color palette that is very specific to Bog Holla to it.
That in combination with the spices like all coated over it, that little bit of red pop on it. Oh, that looks good.
The potatoes in particular as well. They look like a if you crossed a small Yukon Gold with a red potato, it's got a little bit of a swirl in it, and like the carrots in some of the certain stews here too, they're not like the commercialized orange, like they're the old school purple beetish. There's a lot of different
the full range, the full spectrum of sizes, right? You've got the itty bitty all the way up to the just monstrously large. Like you've got tiny little itty bitty potatoes, then you got the ones the size of your head, carrots that are little pinky size, and then all the way up to the size of your foot.
The salsa,
because of you.
The heirloom tomatoes that are here as well are of that purple variety. So the salsa has this pinkish purple look to it. And you have several different styles. You have like the mango habanero. You guys have more of just a traditional spicy with fresh white onions that are in abundance here. They're bringing out all the stops from their pantries.
Gets a big bowl and just starts scooping it up off the boardwalk. Just all the fixins into one big bowl, and then goes and sits back down with Pal.
You do it. Just grab what you want.
Yeah, that's what it's here for.
There is enough abundance of crawfish that they're bringing out that there is even Danny Hoppington over on a massive cast iron kettle who's preparing the roux for etouffee.
Oof.
Etouffee would only be made here during like the most abundant of times during the year, like weddings, festivals,
Killing 3 dragons.
surviving 100%. Yeah, you guys can smell that holy trinity getting cooked as the peppers, onions, and celery is getting sweated down over at the moment. And Danny Hoppington's over there. He's swatting the wrist of whoever's shaking in spices at the moment. Like that's how he's judging. Like no, too much, too much. And he's grabbing. He's currently showing someone off the benefits of filet powder that's over here, and was like, "You need this. This is what you need." And yeah, he's micromanaging everything around that. But you're gonna get Danny Hoppington certified etouffee when it's done.
Die right now, Happy Bear.
And with you guys, it would be a little bit different. Like it wouldn't be traditional long grain rice. It would be some kind of it would be like a wild risotto that would be there, a little bit thicker. So it's like it's already got its own earthy kind of mushroomness to it. That's in there.
I've never had a wild grain risotto. Why have I not ever had that? What?
They got morels in this forest. This swamp.
It's been morel season all month, so yes.
Oh yes.
Yeah, there's some morels in that wild risotto. And I'm sorry, Feisty. That's like staple over here, dog.
I don't think I've ever had wild grain risotto. That's nuts. How have I not had that?
Bro, wild grain with sweet potato risotto and duck breast is like the song of the South.
I have been missing out.
I'm in the wrong South.
I see. Come to my house this weekend. We'll eat, we will drink, we'll be merry.
Come and embrace the poverty that is the Mississippi River Delta. We also have our local New Orleans boy Flawless here in the chat, currently salivating.
Dude, I'm debating door dashing food right now. I'm sorry. He's describing all this. I'm like, dude, I just want some food
particularly
now.
brutal.
This
This was a little
been
much.
exposed to the food, the Tormund's Quest, the food episodes we've had before, huh?
Yeah.
This was reminiscent of that for
It's
sure.
11 p.m. and I'm like, yeah, I could DoorDash something.
This is because me and my brother have been working on the menu for this weekend, for Memorial Weekend. We're like, yeah, we're doing, crawfish king cake. We're doing Like, this is all we've been doing all week, and I'm like, do I want to do an etouffee? I'm like, nah, I don't want to make it. Like, I don't want to share it with too many people. Like, I'm Danny Hoppington. I'm like, dude, if I'm making it, I'm like, we're hoarding this.
Blood. I'm working on
Well,
it.
God, it costs so much now. I've already admitted. I was like, I have to buy some of the Chinese crawfish because I can't afford. It's a huge shortage. It's so much right now. It's crazy. It's like
go get an auction from one of them closing Red Lobsters.
Look, come to my crawfish boil. It's all just small lobsters. What?
I want crawfish in the worst way right now. You're totally inspiring to boil in my house.
Any
happening.
boil will do. You know, get yourself to everybody has access to some shrimps. Get them chevres. You get it on, baby. Do we have a wild Tim or do we have Tim Prime?
Did I figure it out?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Let's.
when Beacon crashed, it reset all my stuff.
No.
And put a the low pass filter
Oh.
right on it, so it was just dragging out. Like the low pass filter was like just drug. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Glad it's back.
Yeah, so I'm here.
All right. It's time to do some ancient dragon harvesting.
Do it.
Yes,
Do
yeah.
it.
baby.
What do you want to go after first? And I'm just going to go ahead and send the link over here.
Okay.
I have a +12 survival if you would lack assistance. I haven't ever carved up a dragon, but you and I did a pretty good job with this last baddies that we carved up. So if you need help, just holler, Krak.
And Merrowstrand.
I'm drawing pictures of whatever you guys cut out. So it's gonna be interesting. Hopefully you do.
Did you put the link in Merrowstrand, I think, or it's actually?
Oh my! For some reason, every now and then Discord goes and minimizes things inside of your.
Yeah, it's very weird.
And it all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, did I delete something? And I'm like, oh no, it's just minimized.
all the time.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, I have I have this as a hotkey.
Perfect. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna run a short ad right here at the top of the hour, and let
Cool.
everybody go use the restroom real quick, and we'll pick back up
it.
with your dragon harvesting. All right?
I don't even have any snacks here. Ah!
Other Aldi's ad: pub pretzels for $2.99. Mirror the Dots ones that are out that are like $7. They're garlic and onion. Ooh-wee.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
I need to start getting paid by Aldi's, dog.
Seriously, I'm loving this food episode. By the way, I'm absolutely salivating.
All right, chat, get your snacks. You won't miss a thing. Run in a quick ad. We'll be right back. Yeah, madam, you know what's up. Oh God, I'm the only person here. Okay, hey, I'll stay. I gotta pee, but somebody will be back soon, right? Madam's gonna hold chat down. I think that I'm going to do something with the map. I think we're going to do this. we're learning here, folks. We're always learning something new.
What are we getting learned now?
I think that I'm gonna leave like the column above me just the native dark background.
Because you can't see certain people's username colors.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go get a glass of ice. Which Voodoo Ranger tea am I putting in the ice? Do you recommend?
Any of them is fine except for half and half, is what Tim was trying to say.
Except for half and half. Okay.
Because half and half is already innately kind of there.
Watered, like down, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go give it a go.
Any of the other ones is going to be good. I think peach is best diluted as well, because the peach is very strong to me.
The peach is very strong, but I love peach tea, peach tea. And it reminds me so much of peach tea.
We love that.
Just told Amanda we're doing a boil this week, and she goes, okay. You don't understand. We're having a food episode right now.
Don't you get this?
Don't you understand? I'm hungry.
What I'm going through right now?
I need all this in my belly right now.
We hungry.
You need to do the savory king cake on your green egg.
Oh.
So go to Walmart, get the bag of tails, croissant rolls, a thing of the poncho, knockoff. Well, you got actually good queso. You know, just get some white queso and get your Trinity. I'll send you the recipe of it. That will be the pleaser right there.
Yes, please send me the recipe. I'm going to make it happen this weekend. We're doing boil and we're doing a savory king cake.
Yeah.
I already got tails, literally in the freezer right now, ready to go.
Oh, perfect. You already got tails too. Let's go. Let's go.
Come on,
bro.
I have shrimp tails.
Shrimp tails. Shrimp tails.
Oh God, no.
Shrimp tails.
Woo. You can run to the restroom while you can.
I'm sorry. I went and I was like, oh, hey, I'm going to go down this rabbit hole of production right now because I want to.
There's nothing like the pressure of, water pushing against your bladder while you're trying to achieve that before everybody gets back in their seats.
Well, the good news was that was most of my life bartending, and you just didn't think about it. You know, it's cool. You just became a camel. Become the camel.
Just push it out. Be the ball. Be the ball.
I need bubbles.
All right, gonna let it sit for 5 minutes and then I'll sip it.
I don't think you should wait for anything. I think you just drink it,
Okay.
It was already in the fridge, right?
Yeah,
of course. What would I be doing? Disservice to the drink to not have it in the fridge?
Exactly.
I mean, you've already got your Yeti, temperaturized. So I mean, you're good to go.
Yeah.
All right.
There's not much in my fridge.
I mean, you're getting ready to move. It's fine.
It's like eggs,
ketchup,
beer,
and voodoo tea.
I think there's some salsa and queso in there.
Always have some emergency queso.
My chips are gone, but it's like,
dude, that queso that can go on eggs. That can go on.
Oh yeah,
everything.
You can just.
I made
lick it off.
I bought a Costco thing of noodles. I was like 3 different kinds of noodles. It was like spaghetti, it was spaghetti, penne, and like macaroni. Because it was like stupid on sale. So I was like, okay, like, do I need 6 boxes of this? Probably not. But when you find a good deal, you go after it. So yeah. So, but yeah, I made a kind of like a chicken parm, but like poor man's, because I didn't have any of the actual mozzarella, but I had like the deep fried, like air fried chicken, and then like the Parmesan cheese with like the meat sauce, and I just like threw it all together, and I was like, dude, that fed me all week. It was so good.
Hell yeah.
I need to send you what I sent Rob earlier this week, which was a Hispanic version of chicken parm. It had all these like Mexican flavors in it. Oh my god, I gotta make that too. Just noodles.
This is my new favorite noodle right now is Trader Joe's squiggly noodles. They are so good and they're so cheap and they're like tastier than ramen, and I don't know if you could say healthier than ramen, but you can just add whatever the heck you want to them. Oh.
Is it like spicy?
It comes with a chili soy sauce packet. So what I do is I cook the noodles and then I strain the noodles and then I just add the sauce on there and then I add whatever toppings I want on top of it. Get some broccoli, get some proteins on there, whatever, and it becomes a little noodle dish. It's the best $3 that you could ever spend.
Dude, Trader Joe's is the best.
I love it.
They have these cinnamon streusel muffins.
I don't know if I've had those.
Bruh.
Is it a seasonal item? Is it one of their seasonal items?
I don't know. I just go in there and hope every single time it's there.
that's the Trader Joe's thing.
Do you get Trader Jose's at yours?
Oh yeah. I don't buy them, but I have Trader Jose's.
Have you ever seen the God, what is it? It's an ice cream from Trader Jose's, which is got like sweet cream and cinnamon in it, and it is like a horchata ice cream. It's horchata. It is so good.
Oh wait, I thought you were saying Trader Jose's the Corona knockoff they have.
No. I mean, dude, their dark amber ale was so good this year.
Yeah. But you're talking about like a store called Trader Jose's.
No, like within Trader Joe's, they have Trader Jose's. Like anything, so they bifurcate the brand depending on what it's influenced by.
No,
so if if it's Hispanic influenced, it's Trader Jose's. Their horchata ice cream is to die for. You ever see it? Get it.
I really thought you had a knockoff local store that called themselves Trader Jose's.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like,
I know you're close to Tijuana.
Maybe that's why we don't have them.
This is why we can't have nice things.
This is why there's no Aldi near me. Apparently I've been looking for the wrong store.
yeah, we go to Trader Joe's all the time. It's like, so much good stuff in there.
Well, now you know the new thing to get is the squiggly noodles.
Squiggly nudes.
Get the squiggly nudes.
Also, it is very good.
All right. What you gonna go fishing for first, Krak?
Let's see. Well, since it caused us so much problems, that breath pouch.
All right. Going for the gold, baby. DC 20. And Feisty said that he wanted to assist.
Yep, I give you assist.
So, how about you each make the roll?
And what am I making?
For yours, it's your survival, or we should have set up separate crafting for you.
I have thieves, alchemists, and tinkers.
This would be your alchemist.
Okay, alchemist.
Okay,
alchemy roll.
I think if I cut here, it looks like this is the breath sack.
Krak grabs your hand and goes, "No, dude, that you're cutting into the breath sack, not around it."
No, dude. Breath sack.
One sack.
Yeah. Sorry, I see the error of my ways now. Thank you for saving my arm.
Yeah, I mean, it grows back, right? That's the amphibian, right?
No, that's reptile.
Oh. That explains a lot.
Yeah. Wait, what? What does that explain?
Nothing.
All right, so that's one ancient green dragon breath pouch. What else would you like to harvest?
Well, I like them bones.
Bones I can do, but that seems like that's a no-brainer. How could I get lost looking for bones? This thing is like mostly made of bones.
With ease, you guys are going to be able to get.
But
Let's see
20
here.
was right there. Oh,
I know, it was pretty close.
23, 27. Yeah, with ease. You guys both get 6 large dragon bones.
Ooh, okay.
I actually don't want 6 large dragon bones, so I think, Krak, you're gonna have 12 large dragon bones. I have 0 need for dragon bones.
I'm just gonna build a bone fort that carries with me.
Head, shoulders, knees, and bones.
I don't think that we got to worry about this thing coming back to life to haunt us now. If it does,
Famous
it'll be-
last words.
It's gonna be all like
It just shows up with no legs, just like slithering around, like, oh,
that's gonna
like,
be
oh,
creepy.
looks like you don't have a leg to stand on.
Oh no, no.
Look who's
No,
back.
no.
Adam's back. Yes, he's back. Yes, he's back. Dad joke's back. Dad joke's back.
Yeah. Rob's like,
the
why did I
episode.
try to kill Akiko?
Radio's
Keep
over here
doing
like,
cool
ooh,
stuff.
when could I interject the next one? Ooh, yeah.
No, I've already learned my lesson. I don't want
It's
you
a
to try and
talent.
kill me more than you already do.
It's true.
It's not
It's-
you that you
well,
need to worry about. It's your trash can.
Yeah.
I have one
me,
job
baby.
on this channel,
I
okay?
feel like
and that's
Rob's
it.
tried to kill you so many times, and we keep getting in the way of that. So, like, that's on us.
The closest
why we're a
Radio's
great
actually
group.
come is when I kind of almost decapitated him and ended our story in Tormund's Quest early. That was almost a big mistake. That
Almost.
that was-
a big mistake.
because there was no way of getting around it. It was way too early, and we didn't have that level of magic. It would have
Just
just
put Rook's head back on.
yeah, we had the magic. We did not have the magic then. We were working off IB sporin and gauze, dog. That was early in the campaign.
It's a whole different
A
level
healing
of life
word
we were living
and
back
cure
then.
wounds.
Yeah.
I'm touching the neck, but the head's gone. I don't know. It's just closing over.
It's just cauterizing the wound.
Yeah. I placed the head on and nothing's happening.
Tormund's a barbarian anyways. He doesn't need the head. It's just, it's all muscle
Yeah.
reaction.
Lord Richter, this is a good time to explain stream loot cards. So stream loot cards are a boon to everyone inside of the party, but ultimately it is their agency of whether they want to use anything from it. So none of that which you do is forced upon them. They will use them when they feel proper to inside their story. FYI. But we very much appreciate the support, and they
the
love
cards.
having the cards ready to use them when they are.
You literally saved our lives.
True dad.
True that.
Otherwise, we would have people triggering things all the time, and that's how they used to work way back in the day, and we learned our lesson.
Thunder and lightning everywhere.
We love you, but yes,
We are a learning computer.
it is more chaos than we can handle. Anything else that you want to harvest off of this green dragon?
Yeah, since we're already in bone territory, might as well get some of those scales, maybe some bloods.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's make a roll for scales.
Again, I feel like I can't go wrong. It's literally mostly scales. I feel like I just gotta scrape my knife up, and then it's just bloop, 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 bloop.
I mean, once we get the bones out, the scales come off real easy.
Yeah, like
Your guys'
Nothing
rolls
to
are
hold on
making
to.
it look easy.
Nothing to hold on to.
Okay, let's see here. With a 23, 28, you guys are able to get we'll say a total of, well, we said this before. It's going to be a, they don't really give a sizable amount on this, but with you guys both harvesting, there will be enough dragon scales to make 2 kinds of items. So just kind of note that there's enough scales to make 2 magic items with them. Okay. And anything that you want to flavor, if you just want something dragon scaled, without any kind of additional properties, like if somebody wants some boots, have at it, or a cloak that doesn't do anything, that's just cool because it's dragon scales, you are free to do so.
How many dragon scales do you think it would take to make me just covered in dragon scales? Like I could just be a dragon.
Kind of Buffalo Billish.
Spins around with his hands up. Just like,
if I were a dragon, I'd be.
Can I kick Bud into the swamp?
Yes.
If you tell me to put my lotion on.
Only if he turns into Ike, where he's Bud Ike mode from South Park, and you're like, kick the baby. And then you wanted some, the blood. Go ahead and make me a roll.
Again, blood. I feel like this is, you ask, I deliver.
You guys are gonna have 18 vials of ancient green dragon blood.
At this point, we're just
8, right?
We're just scraping the blood off of each other and just putting it in vials.
Oh, you needed 10 more. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Can we be done now and not go back to eating?
No. You see that thing in the center of its body? You want to become a dragon? That's the thing. The heart.
A heart? Isn't that thing like just fully like locked in a cage? How are we gonna get that out of there?
I mean, we already got some bones. And we're halfway there.
So the interesting thing with this ancient green dragon is the heart and the horn are actually tethered. So you will end up getting both with this roll. However, the DC is unknown. It is higher than the 30 because this is the creme de la creme.
Okay, I feel like maybe we should be smart about this. Is there anything we can do to help make ourselves be a little bit better? I feel slightly inspired. Maybe I can plan on using some of that.
I wonder if I could like whip something up real quick to make me better.
That would be good if you can. I feel like this thing is it can go sideways real quick once we start cutting away.
I wonder if something on my chemistry table will help me.
He's gonna quick craft a heart knife.
A dragon heart knife.
Damn it, it's a mana potion.
It's a very specific surgeon's tool.
I wanted a dragon knife and I got a mana potion. How does this work?
Earl comes over. Hey, what are you mixing up over there?
I don't know what it is, but we could try it with them jellies over there.
Ain't a party without uppers and downers. Earl. They're like, oh, come on, man.
What? We just survived 3 ancient dragons, okay?
Don't forget the loots.
Earl right now, you only see his feet like kicking and dangling up. He's looking for every jug he's ever stored around here.
Oh yeah.
All the flavors. Like there's 3 jugs of peach that are already up there. There's a wild strawberry that's probably been fermenting for a couple of years over on the side to where it's gone to like, it's like that good strawberry sour, like Sour Patch Kid style. Oh. Some dandelion wine.
Yeah, I mean, there's like, I don't know if there's a lot of stuff on here, but think there's a few things on here if I rolled exactly those numbers.
This is all we do is put a fate and dice. So go for it. See what happens, and then
See what happens.
if not, you have cards. You know.
Yeah.
Live your best cook life.
Live my dream. Live my dream.
Liquid courage.
Charisma checks.
Maybe we can talk it out.
I can
Now
convince
look, I know we killed you, but
I can convince the heart to come to me.
Come to Butthead.
I'll try one more.
I'm Cracolio.
Death bomb.
again,
Yo.
Does it work when they're already dead?
No, I'm gonna put that one definitely goes in my pocket for my death arrow. That I'm
Just gonna look
Yeah.
at it for a second and just like
Saving
I love
that one,
he's
dude.
like he's been building this thing, and it's gonna end up being like a mortar. He's just gonna like be this tube that he sticks like all of these death things in, and then just goes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Grimfiler's gonna be done in one shot.
Yeah.
One shot.
Grandfather didn't hear of him.
All right, guys, we're gonna wake up early in the morning and go. Crack leaves in the middle of the night. Thing's
Yeah.
dead by the time we get out there.
Do we have advantage cards, luck cards, all those things
We already
available
have
to
given
me?
each-
You
ourselves-
tell me what you want to burn, and I'll burn it for you.
Well,
Yeah.
we're already giving each other advantage by doing the roll together,
No,
right?
you're
On-
rolling. I'm rolling. That's not advantage, my friend.
Yeah. Plus, this is his own concoction thing, so you can't really help him with that.
No, it's to get the heart. This is for the heart.
No,
Yeah, we're-
so
we're-
he
we're
gets to
talking about
roll.
for this.
Crack's gonna roll with advantage then, and Bud is just a straight up roll.
Cool.
I like it.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I'll try first, and I'm gonna try to get the bottom part, and maybe that'll loosen it up for the rest.
Oh,
Step
Going back
away.
and forth.
I'll use a luck card. I'll use a luck card.
Ah!
I like
My
it.
dude.
The temptation. The temptation.
Oh, it was better.
I'll use a luck card, and then I'll use a D8.
Oh God, you're just burning them all.
You're gonna need Nate. Oh my God.
You challenged. He met.
All right. Now,
Yes!
Nat 20.
Yes!
Nat 20. Give it up.
Let's
Get those Nat
go.
20s in chat. Come on.
Let's go. See, if I get it loose from here, then it should come right out from the. And then
And
we're
you see-
just gonna see the whole heart and horn just like slide out from the body.
you see Crack like look at you and then run around to the other side of the dragon and go right down its mouth and start pushing from the other side.
Ah! Why is it moving the right way? I'm just gonna start like pulling on it from that side.
So I didn't realize it just yet, but you were in this increased DC. You were nat 20 only because the highest you could roll is even with a nat 20 was 33. The DC is 34. Because I said I was increasing it before
Yeah,
you
you said
guys
above
rolled.
30.
Jeez. Oh jeez.
You, my friend, have an ancient green dragon heart and both of the ancient green dragon horns.
I am an alchemy god.
Do something cool with it.
Okay.
He's gonna make swamp aphrodisiacs. No, don't rhinoceros horn this, bro. We
RoBear, I will, now that we have all these things, I will build these for you in Foundry and send them to you.
You're the best.
Yeah. I've got the what is it called? Heyman's harvesting handbook stuff. And
Yes,
so I can build it in there.
I've yet to get to go through all of it, and I need to desperately.
Dude, it's bananas. It's taking me forever. But I'll build these things for sure.
So, in your notes, I want you to mark down that the lesser horn is available for ingredients. The large horn is a magic item in its own, which we'll discuss later.
Okay, let me open my notes
What are we
out
gonna-
here.
Basically, we just harvested the whole dragon. You realize that, Crack, right?
I mean, we didn't get its toes. We left its toes.
Did you get its teeth?
Anybody
No,
that
you
wants
want
a
one?
badass claw or dragon tooth necklace, any of that, we'll say that was all done and available when you guys did the lesser rolls. Because you guys aced those by quite a bit. The rest of Frog Holla here, they have the tenderloins for sure. There is no part that is going to waste on the largest of swamp pumpies.
The one,
No, that's Green Dragon. It's Bug Holla Chicken.
the one green dragon that Pal took down, he has not let go of that leg. That leg is his. That leg is his.
Haunch is
gnawing
his.
on it.
The haunch is his.
Okay, now we can eat though, right? Or do you have more that you need to get out of this thing? What are you even gonna do with the heart?
You said you wanted to be a dragon, right?
Jokingly, because now I
mean, go talk to Mr. Tian about what it feels like to turn into a dragon and see if you want to like explore that.
I don't think I do. I really don't think I do.
Oh, okay.
Tarben's gonna rip one of those teeth out so he has a matching tooth to go along with the last one he harvested.
You might want to try it before you buy it. That sounds like a rigged deal to me, bud.
I like the way I look and feel.
I guarantee it.
I've never really even liked horned toads either.
I don't get that joke, but okay.
Well, if he turns me into a dragon, I'm gonna get all those horns on me, and I don't want a
Oh,
horny
you
frog.
said horn, not horny. Sorry, my mind was in a different place.
Sons of bitches. So, what is everyone else doing in the moment? Are you guys loading up your plates, sitting down for a good meal finally?
Yeah, I think Christian will get a plate, and I think he's just gonna sit down, probably like let his feet hang off like the edge of the dock, you know, maybe dangle in the water if it's, you know, a small enough space. And he's just gonna probably be near, you know, a lot of individuals, and he's just gonna eat, and he's just gonna listen to stories, and he's gonna listen to laughter and conversations, and, you know, I think he's just gonna kind of absorb the moment as he's still kind of recovering and just appreciating what they overcame and almost at what cost to come out the other side of it, to be able to have this moment. And so, yeah, he's just going to be listening to all of the, you know, random stories and conversations and laughters and jokes, and probably hear some old tales of Bud that come up. And
Now we don't talk about my history.
I can't imagine what Danny Hoppington is spinning right now.
He is still making sure that everything is in the right place in the buffet line. It's like the old man at the VFW hall or the Elks Lodge. He's got his apron on. He's living his best food general life.
Is Croaksley wandering around, swinging his pompousness? Because we never got a chance to talk to him. We just heard about the leader of the resistance.
No, he has been locked up inside of the main pavilion the entire time. And you have not seen him, even now that, you know, you're loading up inside that giant bone structure is where everybody's sitting picnic style. It's all like a big open air beer garden. And Mayor Croaksey is nowhere to be found. And I forgot. We need to change this sucker over to represent how it actually looks.
Oh,
Yo.
doctor. Look at that. That's a happy swamp.
Look at that.
We
Now
are
I can
living our best lives.
see why Markos is doing laps.
Yeah. Rob, how, based on, maybe past conversations with Bud and being here now and knowing that there's probably a lot of people from Bog Hollow, there's probably a lot of people that are just from the swamp, right? Like small town, folks and that are probably never been to the big city or whatever. Do I get a sense that there's not a lot of people have seen a dragonborn? Like, am I getting looks of like wow, like, because in my head I just imagine these like younger like kids like that are like staring at me like, wow, look at that.
It's the opposite.
Is it?
Still scaly.
It's the opposite because they're scales. This is the one place where scales are abundant. Like they're used to being hand in hand with lizard folk. If anything, when they initially saw you, some of the young ones might have been scared that there was one of the Naga headed their way. But after that, they would be impressed when they saw your like fire breath. So like it would have taken into combat and like seeing you, the wings. Yes. So like not when you initially came here, but afterwards. Oh yeah. They're all about like the lightning and the radiant breath that you had and your dragon wings. They're enamored now because like that's different.
Yeah.
Not the scales initially, but yeah, you being a dragon fighting other dragons and protecting them. Now it's like you're a living legend in there. So yeah, there would definitely be the circle of folks that are enamored now.
Can you remind me, did your wings first came out during this dragon fight, right? That was the first time we saw your wings? No, they came out
briefly
with
before when the transition happened and I actually picked you up and carried you around for a little bit.
I remember that now. Yeah.
And there are these like spectral, like almost like lightning, like branded bone looking like wings that flare out, and I'm able to just do it and fly now.
But you didn't go through any other like drastic transformations during this last combat, right? Like you internally there was something that happened, but that didn't happen where everybody else knew what was going on.
Yeah. No, externally, I mean, I put myself in the same position I normally always do, right in the front of the biggest thing.
Right.
And, I don't think that there was anything that was like drastically different or that you would have called or noticed or anything like that.
Yeah. So what are you guys gonna do as Bud kind of like looks around at the rest of the resistance crew that's been chowing down now? We're all been sitting here. I mean, is this gonna be your guys' spot for a little while now? Are you gonna start maybe trying to get some more numbers? I don't know. What are you guys thinking about doing now?
Danny's gonna kind of give an elbow in the back to Sprocket and kind of nudge him forward a little bit. He's got a big smile on his face. I think we're gonna listen to Earl.
Oh, okay.
Earl's gonna kind of step and sit up from his absolute full plate. He's still got a little bit of that jalapeno cornbread dribbling down, like gotta use his tongue to kind of cleanse it off just a little bit. I figure we get this village ready, there's a lot of snake people still out there, but I think I learned a lot in getting over here. I don't think we need to hide anymore. I think we can do some helping around here.
Oh, okay.
I think we're ready to make a stand.
Yeah.
Sprocket's gonna kind of look back over with a big smile. I think with the right amount of training, the Earl can help and get us ready to where we can actually be a force. Do some good. Not just surviving, but let's be the resistance that we talked about. This is our second chance. And I know we're eating good tonight, and we're going to count our blessings in Bog Hollow, but the rest of the swamp deserves to look like this. And we're going to do what we can to help. We might not be able to fight Grim Filer, but I sure as hell ain't going to let no snake man push me around. No offense, Damien. These snake men, they ain't no good for nothing. Damien just kind of smiles and nods his head back.
Well, yeah, I mean, honestly, that's exactly what we kind of thought you guys were already doing. So that's great to hear that you're on that same page now, wanting to kind of start picking up where all these pieces are just kind of strewn about.
Danny kind of steps up. We've been running for a long time. Matter of fact, if y'all look around, Mayor Croxy ain't nowhere to be found. After all this time and that big talk, that toad got up and ran. Left us here.
He left?
He'd gone. He points out over to a missing P-row from the side. And you would know from your background and culture, like, there is a specific, like, ceremonial hand carved, like, it has.
It's his boat.
It's not his boat, it's your anointed boat. It has carvings of stories of different villages on the side. It is one of the storytelling pieces that's handed down over and over again.
Came in, and it's not there now.
It is not there anymore. Which one huge tribal no-no.
Yeah.
Second.
Why would he take just that one?
Yeah. He obviously wants to let anybody know that he comes up what kind of importance he is. But that boat ain't his. It's a story of all of us. So we're going to make a new one. And you can see we've already done started. And the new boat, they are beginning to carve the depiction of your fight with.
Oh my God, that's cute.
Oh my God,
the
let me help.
three-drink dragonborn.
Oh, that's really special.
We're starting anew today. This feast is the mark of it. It does. It has the battle. It has the important moments. And then there is the celebration side to go with it.
And I'm going to look at Sprocket. Now, I know you're excited about, especially hearing this, about running out and going and whooping some Yanti ass, but you got to be smart. I mean, you saw even what just happened a few hours ago. It can get real hairy real quick.
Well, we got some damn good teachers. Damien said he's going to stick around too.
I'm glad to hear that.
I believe that we can put ourselves together a force that can handle a section of this swamp. It's going to be a big decision for the rest of you, what you target next. We want to try to help. Mechanically, with 3 sections of the swamp left, you're going to be able to choose which one that they help cleanse. The resistance will be able to do the center of the swamp or the unknown west. They can obviously not take on Grimfiler themselves, but
Can you go clear the boss room for us? If you could do that, that'd be great.
Warm it up, clear ads.
depending on what you pick, will change the environment. Also, it is your choice whether you head straight to the south as well.
Man,
I think
This feels
we
like
have a good
battle
group
plans.
of people fighting for their home. Damien, you know the most about the Yandi. Strategically, if you take your people on in the center, it'll free us to move to the west. Which we have no idea what's there. But with you there and us pushing outward, maybe there's a chance we can meet in the south.
or at least be able to help each other out if one gets too up Shit's Creek, you know? I was
Indeed.
thinking the same thing.
If we rally, cleanse the center of the swamp, you attacking the west, that means we can help support at least when you make your push to the south.
Makes sense to me.
We can have this village begin crafting arrows in the support as soon as possible. We're yet to know what exactly lies in either the south or the west. But considering the level of corruption, to be able to twist a green dragon, an ancient green dragon's mind, and bend its will to come to us, there will be a direct link to the Fae. In its darkest parts, where Grimfiler is at. I think that your idea is sound.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate real quick here, though. What if we have a surprise advantage right now? I mean, I'm sure Grimfiler thought that those dragons took us out and is waiting to hear back from the news. And what if we showed up first?
There is always risk and reward. You just must be prepared for the risk.
That seems like a big role.
I mean, it seems like everything's played a part in protecting Grimfiler, like with the whole connection through the trees and everything. Do we really want to leave an asset for him sitting over there for this fight?
I don't think I do. I think I like the idea of picking him apart piece by piece, just like we've already been doing. I just wanted to throw that idea out there.
It's one of the oldest tales of Ursa and Arcticus. When hunting prey, cut down their hunting grounds, and you can find them in the last place they can hide.
Yeah.
If we isolate Grimfiler in the south by attacking the center in the west, then there'll be no chance for any escape, except back to maybe the Fae.
Markos is going to look towards Christian. I would also be concerned about what might be able to flank us from the west, as we do not know what resides there. I would hate to put these people in jeopardy if they're going to be our back line and blot out the sky with arrows for us to invade Grimfiler. I would at least want us as wardens to scout the area first. At least find out what we're dealing with in the west.
I agree. I think it's a sound plan. The Grimfiler altercation is inevitable, but taking any support or power from them ahead of time is important. But, well, we all know what happens when an animal is caged in a corner.
They have a tendency to lash out pretty hard.
It's most dangerous. But if it's got nowhere to run, if we can kill it, it'll stay dead.
There's no information whatsoever about the West. No fortress, no creatures, entities, rumors, anything.
Good news is we've got a local, Nagasha, on our side. As someone who believes so heavily in their faith, I'm going to ask you to have some in this. And our friend Bud.
I mean, all I remember about the West was that was just the deepest part of the swamp. I mean, that was just the most secluded.
But you haven't steered us wrong since we stepped foot on your home territory. I believe your connection to this swamp, your willingness to help Nagasha regain power, you can tap into something that none of us can. You're standing in the wilderness of the Caliban Mountains, my friend. Whether you live or die, whether we live or die, is all in your hands.
So no pressure. Great. Yeah. Okay. Good. That feels good.
You're not alone.
No, that I do know. I've never felt more a part of a family than today, honestly.
From what I can tell, from hunting creatures of all sorts, it seems as if everything we've come across so far is a take or a corruption of something that was here. So the Central, I would assume, likely has the same, as does the West. So, Bud, or any of you, if you can recall any of the scary bedtime stories you would tell little ones of the creature or creatures that lurk at night, something fierce or something ancient, I would garner that Grimfiler has corrupted that, and that is a source or hold. At least that's what it's been thus far.
Let me make myself useful here. Please, step into my office as he is going to conjure your way to his tiny hut. Please, let us leave these revelers in peace for just a minute while we step away and make plans, no? as he invites the leaders in and gestures you all to step through the door.
As just for story's sake, as like Christian goes to lead, he feels like a small tug, and he looks down and he sees this like little kid like looking up at him. He just kind of like kneels down for a second, and he just kind of gives him a wink. Make sure to save some drinks for me, huh? And then as he like kind of pinches his cheek, he just gives him a little shock. And then he gets up and he heads inside.
He does the frog.
Numbs his tongue. As his tongue like flops out.
I snap his neck. No.
Earl has grabbed several of the drinks. Oh, what you talking about, leaving drinks behind? As he waddles to the main room. You guys walk into an immaculate staged war room inside of his tiny hut, with all the tapestries of the Merrowstrand Warden's Lodge war room at your disposal, with a map of pre-Grimfiler Bog Halla.
That's what I'm talking about, Markos.
You had this the whole time?
Now we can make of use of it. This now reflects what we're looking at. We had no idea what Bog Halla was, and to use the old map would have only given us false hope and information. As he points to the large blank spot to the west, and to the south to Grimfiler. Now we have something to work off of.
This reminds me of Asher. Right.
Speaking of that, we have things to talk about later.
Okay. Christian immediately would like begin to like look over the map, and he's gonna walk down to the western side where it's just kind of like blank, right? And he's just gonna look at Bud specifically, and then as well as the other leaders, and he's just gonna tap down. I ask the question again. You know the lay of the land, but what about creatures, entities, anything that calls this place a hunting ground?
Roll a history check, Bud.
I did.
God, you're all over it. I
Prepared
love
for
you.
this.
He's a learning computer.
He's a learning computer.
You need to hit the advantage button, though.
I love it.
You tried.
Much
you
like
feeling
us,
lucky, punk.
And got so far.
much like us trying
I've rolled
to,
advantage with double numbers this session too. Same number.
much like us trying to roll relentless and just getting the same roll again.
Yep. I will do I could indom. I could indom this.
Yes, you can end on.
Yeah.
I will mark it.
Thanks.
Whooshaw.
There you go. A 22. I don't know. It's been so long ago. I remember a giant swamp thing, but that was just child stories.
Isn't the whole place a swamp thing?
No. This was like imagine Tarben, but just covered in vines.
Just kind of looking at my arms and the rest of my body. So, I don't know if that's exactly alliterating what you want to say.
Yeah,
You
not
can
the same size.
You can cross off Hydras because you've encountered it already. You are concerned of the necromancy that the Naga have been up to in the Yuan-Ti. That is of great concern of what may actually be out there. There have always been the talk of fog and green hags out in areas of the swamp, and people putting their trust in magic that isn't necessarily the most savory. You know, in particular, that there have always been rumors of black dragons. But you feel as if whatever Fey influence that has come in, that if there was a black dragon in the area, that they surely would have fled when that ancient green dragon was summoned here. But what creeps you out the most is your legends of Nightwalkers. They are the literal boogeyman of Boghala. They have wispy, shadowy forms. This is your Slender Man of Boghala.
Baba Yaga.
Even creepier than a self-walking Baba Yaga hut are these things.
I mean, it's always been just like tales and bedtime stories and campfire stories, but I don't know if there was something that Grimfiler might want to latch onto, it could be whatever entity was the Nightwalkers that we had that scared every little frog to sleep. I mean, they come out of nowhere. I mean, I've never seen one. I've never.
Did
even
anyone
been
live
scared
out
of
that
one.
way, or is it just?
Nobody that was a social person. It was all just very secluded. That's deep swamp, no trails. Like, you're just in the thick of it out there. And maybe that's why you end up with these spooky stories, but I mean, there was tales of them sucking your bones out, of them, impersonating people. I don't know what's true or what's not, but
there's always a little bit of truth in every folklore.
Well,
Christian
even if there isn't, the Grimfiler seems to have
poignantly
a way
nods at Tarben. I knew exactly what these things were. If we face these things, I'm just leaving. I have in a different world, a different campaign, and I don't
another
want anything
life.
to do with these things.
Would be something you have been on the other side of, maybe DMing.
They did always used to say that you could tell when they were getting close because it was cold. Or maybe we could use that as
Danny Hoppington's like, Bubba Hotep, suck your soul through your anus. That's totally gonna be their part of the legend. You think a frog's mouth is its largest orifice, but you'd be wrong.
Yeah, we know better. Right. I think that gives us some idea. And based on your description, it's not going to be an easy trek. But
And to be clear, no one knows if this is in the West or not. This
This is just a spooky story that lived out there.
And
Folk
Christian
legend.
is just trying to gather the possibilities. I mean, you know, this is something he would do when he is on a hunt of like, you know, because a lot of these are just like, you know, any kind of like medieval kind of hunters. It's stories of like, oh, my children are being taken in the night, or like people are ended up like with their insides sucked out. And like, it's like, okay, well, what's the legend and lores of these places? Because there's something here doing something, right? And he is his entire life fought a lot of macabre, strange, weird things. So yeah, he thinks that that's what Grimflyer is going to do. So he kind of looks at that, and then he kind of looks to the leadership. I guess that leaves what's in the center for you. And I would think long and hard about what that might be, so you can be as prepared as possible if we're going to push west.
Danny's gonna step up. I'll tell you right now, I'm most concerned of the ones that stayed behind. And I think that Bud can speak for us here. Those are the same people that walk out into the swamp and never return. There's always been talk of our people being twisted and turning into beasts.
You do realize you can't give them any quarter.
And he kind of rolls out some old manuscripts of sketching of Froghemus, which you all are no stranger to. Creatures from the deep below that you have fought before. This just a bit more swampy. If they've gone that far, there ain't nothing left.
May gods bless you if you have to face them. For they are beyond and have none.
And these are just things around the swamp. Who knows what's come through that portal?
How long? How long do you think realistically it'll take for you to train and get enough experience to feel competent?
Earl kind of steps up. These people know how to work a bow. And by God, between me and Dylan, we can take them from bow fishing to bow shooting. I don't know what that time's gonna be, because I'll be honest, I ain't a math magician like you. But I can tell you this, we'll be ready. I'm pretty good when I put my mind to it. There's a lot of other voices that tell me we're gonna rattle around and do other stuff, but I'm when I get galvanized, I get going, boy. And you know, Dylan over here, he ain't a bad shot. Dylan's kind of had his head hung a little low up to this point because, man, he didn't
finally got pushed in.
He didn't do anything but help Krak out. There's no glory that he can claim, but it's that point when he realizes that kind of puts his ego in check that, sometimes you just need to do your part. And hell, he probably been turned into mush anyway with that dragon breath. Yeah, I think we can get him whipped into shape. I see some faces out there that could be chasing some final blows out there, I remember a time when I was just a janitor.
Doing wet work.
I miss my family.
Right, I forget he does have a family.
But I'll never get a hall pass like this again. She'll never let me leave and help train frog people. Be a part of a resistance. I'm in for it. And I'm terrified of what's up there. I'll be honest. I've been blessed by a lot of this fey magic, but let's not have this luck run out, shall we?
Let's.
I think everyone gets a little scared. Dylan.
I'm scared all the time. That's the secret. But I'm getting better. And by God, we're going to have a fish fry Dylan style here. Now that we can see in the water. That kind of helps just a little bit. It's been so murky.
Yeah, the murky's not too bad, but it is nice to have a clear water.
Indeed.
Well, I'm just thinking out loud here about like timelines, what we're looking at. I mean, we've got a long way for us to get going west. Maybe we even do a longer way, a safer way. Go a little north first before heading west. Give them a little bit more time.
That's what I was thinking. We can skirt around the middle of the swamp. And we focus on the west and stop whatever's there. It might draw the attention of the middle, the center. And with that attention being focused there, it will buy enough time for them to get some much needed training and practice and preparations. And while the focus is on the west, they can strike from the east.
Yeah.
That will also give us enough time to see if the village of Harangon survived or not. We haven't held out much hope up until this point. But those swamp hares are survivalists too. There might be more to join us there.
Those are some fierce fighters. You want to talk about some feisty little rabbits? Jeez.
They only know two things. Fighting and
And sometimes you really don't even know which one is coming at you. It just looks like both the same in their eyes. It's wild.
in particular, these are some wild hares that have perfected a form of tattooing that both goes into their skin and colors the hair wherever they have been tatted up at.
Hell yes.
They're a rowdy bunch.
It's dope.
Think Fury Road.
In a swamp.
Me!
You ever been bit by a rabbit before? You'll never forget it.
Dude, it hurts so bad.
What about, is there any way we could stay in touch? Is there any way we can stay in contact with you guys? I've got some shortwave communication, but it doesn't go very far.
No, there's spells for that, but I don't think we have them.
I don't know if we do.
Why would we?
I used to,
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure.
but I think I
Adam.
lost it.
Play a spellcaster.
I don't
You know
have
you
it
want
anymore.
to.
Not trying to psychic glance you guys from this far.
Oh yeah, she's over there. Oh,
The,
flames on the side of my face.
So far, it's really just me and the fish. I don't really.
Lady Yarn Spinner. Surely they're still there. That would be just as good as Grimfiler has tapped in to plants the swamp. We could use her webbing.
Oh, okay.
It always used to stretch through the tallest trees here in the Bog Hollow.
Oh, I haven't thought about that in forever. I don't even know if I know how to still send messages on that thing.
Attach a cup to the end of it?
Them old spiders are crafty. Everybody used to communicate through the swamp through those things. A couple of plucks goes a long way. But we ain't seen that webbing since the fog rolled in. It's like it dissolved all of it. She and her clan are certainly out there somewhere still. Whether they moved on up and out of the swamp or found some place to hunker down, I'd never count her out.
I feel like that'd be a great first thing that we could try shooting for, is to try to get in touch with them. Get communication set up.
All I can say is good luck. I bet they're meaner than piss ants right now. They've had to go through a lot as well.
So, feral rabbits, angry spiders, boogeymen.
Yeah.
Jazz hands.
Yes.
Danny's gonna pull out an old handkerchief. And it is literally a black square with that red, just absolute blood red hourglass in the middle of it.
Oh, geez.
And he's going to lay that down on the table. This has been a long time ago. But the last time that we broke bread with those spider folk, we traded gifts. And this is something from Lady Yardspinner herself, of the finest silk. I don't even know if they'll remember. I hope they do. They helped us out a lot back then. Taught us we could ferment other things than just booze. We wouldn't be able to make half of a kimchi without them.
I thought you were gonna say the chicken thing.
Nah. They shared their poisons with us. We were able to use everything from easier tipped arrows. It's a tanning. I wish we would have kept up meeting. I think that's just part of the old world that Bog Hall left. It left it behind. We'd all do a lot better if we resided on help from our neighbors. Checked in on them. I don't know if it'll help, but at least it's a sign that at one point in time, we all work together. He's going to hand that to you, bud.
I appreciate that, Dan. And, hopefully we can, well, I don't know. I don't even know if I want to say hope, but if we do run into them, if we do find them, I'll be sure to show them this and maybe try to remind them of those times when we did used to look out for each other, and maybe that can break through. Dan, would it be nice to be able to use that silk string again? Oh, that'd be easy.
That's just one way. Maybe y'all can figure out another.
We'll be thinking.
Just for a point of reference, Akiko does have access to skywriting as the Tempest. You can create messages in the sky and cloud formations, and since you've cleared part of the swamp, you can put them up there, but it's open to everybody. It's not closed.
Highly encrypted.
We're in the north.
It would
look behind you.
On my way.
It would definitely show part of your hand for sure. But in a pinch, it is there, and I want to make sure that you know that it is there and available to you.
Okay.
Well, okay. So it sounds like we have at least somewhat of an idea. We'll rest up here tonight, recharge, and then head out in the morning. Start making the big loop around and making our way west. I'd say let's try to at least meet up in 3 days at a set point if we don't have any other communication.
I think it's going to take longer than 3 days, right?
Oh, that's right. You guys are slow.
There's a lot of ground to cover, and we have to go all the way up and around.
Well, we're lucky in this. The Earl kind of stands up. Since we got Damien on the side, he's going to be up there on point. I'll do what I do best. And I'll try and float between the two. After all, hell, they still think I'm, I guess, helping them out. Ain't been snake bit yet. I'll be honest, I'm a little bowed up now. I ain't scared of no snake people after seeing these big old dragons.
Perspective.
What's a little bite in the butt compared to big ass dragon breath? Shit stinks.
I hear you on that, Earl. Jeez.
I don't care if it has 2 heads, 3 heads, 4 heads, 5 heads.
Oh, that's right. You did see us kill a hydra
I might pee a little bit, but I hope not. I don't want to see any of them bog witches either.
No, not those.
Tarben walks up to Earl and puts his hand on his shoulder.
Just remember that in the north, I was the one who believed that you could lead these people to greater things.
And he hands him a wood-hewn cup that you might have seen before that has the inverse shape of Mount Caliban on it.
You get into a sticky situation, speak to the cup. Samia was a druid. She honed that out of a tree that she created for me. I want it back at the end of this, just in case you get into this shit. You might be able to bring her to your side.
Mr. Tarben. He's gonna lean up real close up to your ear. Is this thing filled with whiskey?
Only if
that
you ask her nicely.
That maple syrup, that real northern shit.
That's between you and her at this point.
As he winks and gives him a little pat on the shoulder.
Nagashaw bless you, Mr. Tarben.
Let's Samia bless you. Good luck.
You hear that right, Danny? We got bear power over here. Throws up his webbed arm and goes, "Grr." That Caliban mountain shit. If they got our back, who the hell can stop us? He kind of makes himself big as he walks over there. Danny's going to look back towards Markos. Thank you for all of this, the use of your room, your facilities. For giving us a lease on hope again. This is all more than we could ask for. We'll do our best not to let you down. He's gonna go over and give you a big hug, bud. Who would ever thought city frog coming back to help country frogs?
You know, I can't just leave you guys here on your own.
I don't know if anybody's ever said it to you, bud. But I'm proud of you.
Aw.
Not many people get up here and have the courage to leave home. Hell, most of them don't even have courage to leave the trailer park.
I tell you, there's not really a whole lot of support when you talk about leaving.
Well, college ain't for everybody.
I will say it's kind of nice to be back. Well, once we made it nicer again. Wasn't nice when we first got here, that's for dang sure. But hopefully we can make it the home that I remember.
Sprocket's gonna come over and give you a big frog hug as well. You know where he is, brother. Earl comes in behind you. That's right, brother.
Brother.
And there's it's creepy. It's a big like each frog just kind of keeps sticking to the next frog, and it's like brother. You can feel it like three people. Yeah.
Together. Oh my gosh.
Brother. Hey, it's something they haven't done since they were tadpoles. You know, when it's just frog folk stuff. Brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
Brother.
No.
Brother.
No.
Brother.
Hate it. Hate it.
Don't respect our traditions.
Sister.
Sister.
Yeah, see,
There is a lot of frog dudes here.
Yeah.
Yeah, brother.
Brother.
All the female frog folk, they shake their heads at that. It's just that tadpole behavior. Them boys just can't shake it. Okay, yeah. So what? You didn't have limbs. Okay. Everybody been through it. Okay. It's
Once they get to pollywogs, just nonstop playing with their fins.
oh, that's right. It's they didn't lose their tallywhacker. Okay. It's
Sure.
Sometimes it just feels nice to be next to your brother.
brothers.
Brother.
This is my favorite new tradition for frog folk.
Oh my god.
I thought we were gonna lose it, brother.
Brother.
We grew it all back.
This is like this is like the hillbilly over the top. This is the way I've ever heard.
Nailed it.
Some country ass shit, brother.
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 Even Markos is okay. All right, let's take this outside. He's gonna open the door back after planning is definitely folded up. He's gonna take everything that he pretty much laid out. He's gonna hand over to Christian as a kind of keeper, and he's gonna wait for most people to shuffle out to have a conversation with him. I think it is time you take that first step, War Master. Let us see what you have. It's been in your blood for so long. I think it is time for you to lead the way that you know how. And when this is done, I think we need to take a trip back home. Your home. And show them just what you've been capable of. Mechanically, these are going to be the papers that you've always sought, Christian. Proof from a guild what you've accomplished here. It's basically your papers for freedom if you so choose to use them. It would unbind you from your charge here.
I think Christian would look at them in his hands. And then he'd think back to home and what seems like a lifetime ago. And the way that he was forced out, exiled and outcast. Who he left of the very few that he considered close. And as he kind of thinks about those things, He keeps getting interrupted by a conversation on a dock with strangers, by an underwater city with creatures and entities that he has never fathomed or seen, by companionship and chaos, by laughter and sadness. A buoy isolated in the ocean that was brought in from the sea. When he looks at the table in front of him, at the swamp, to the question mark on the far side, and then that strong, towering piece that sits as Baghala. Home can wait.
Indeed. It will always be there for you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Come on, my warden. Let us celebrate. We may never see a feast inside of Bog Hollow like this again.
Gives the nods and he steps out, tucks the papers away.
Walking back out into the revelry. Good old country Bog Hollow jigs. And peach wine jugs. You guys are able to enjoy the evening and all of its savory. Is there anything any of you want to do as all them old tiki torches start to light up?
There's something I want to do. As the revelry begins to end and it begins to kind of quiet out, and it starts to become that like kind of twilight, like dark, and with the clear sky, and just imagine seeing the stars and the moon so bright. Christian would want to find Akiko. I don't know where you would be, but he would attempt to find you.
It'd be somewhere there's music going on somewhere. And my old renditions of liking festivals for their music. Back when I thought my character was going to be a bard.
Oh, how things shifted.
5 character sheets later.
He would, Christian would probably stop for a second and just like watch you enjoying the festivities and whatnot. And he'd probably hesitate if he wants to interrupt that, as he knows it's been a interesting and trying day. And I think eventually he would approach you and, could I have a conversation with you for a second?
And you've already taken a second, so what's a few more?
Would you care to walk with me?
Sure.
And probably walk away from the music to kind of like the quiet, Probably, I imagine like walking on the like walkways, like on the clear water, and like hearing like the swamp and the bugs and like the nature and stuff, and just kind of like quiet for a bit as we kind of walk. I noticed you weren't riding today. After.
It's a little hard to recap what just felt like such a failure.
A failure how?
I mean, I started off the whole shindig hurting you guys, and then proceeded to have to be scraped up off the floor. Just feel like I'm still figuring things out. And we are far too into this to be doing that.
He kind of laughs, which you don't recall him doing very often. I think all of us, myself included, are still trying to figure this thing out. That's life.
You know, that's what Bud said.
Yeah, he's got his moments, doesn't he? I was debating on if I wanted to have this conversation. I know we've had our differences. We've came to some sort of understanding. But I forgot to look past what you're capable of, what you can do, and to look at just who you are. And that was wrong of me. And for that, I'm sorry.
I feel like we're past apologies. Come on.
It's strange when you see someone that you care about lying there dead, knowing that you couldn't do anything for them. And there's not many that I care about in this world.
We've seen you in pretty similar states, and even with your terrible attitude, we really wouldn't be the same without you.
You once asked me about my past, my secrets. I didn't trust you, and you didn't trust me. I'll give you a secret or two now. Before I became a warden, probably up until maybe a few weeks ago, I hated everything and everyone, mostly myself. And there were many things I did in the hopes of being able to leave this place. I felt isolated and alone. So I threw myself at danger. It wasn't bravery, it wasn't to protect you. It was so I could have peace. That's the truth. He's going to pull out the papers that he just got. And this is my freedom. I could walk away right now and go home. And I'll hold it out to you if you wanted to look.
Is this why you keep trying to headbutt the bosses? As I'm kind of looking over it.
You would see essentially paperwork, a fulfillment of a contract, of a debt owed. My life essentially signed away from a certain lord from Kalendor who acquired me and my services permanently and exiled me here. And it just basically shows that that contract has been fulfilled. But if you look at the terms, being a somewhat learned university party girl,
I went for a couple weeks.
You'd see that the debt owed, like logistically, no way should be paid off already. You see that this was essentially like a life debt.
Firebird, T-tops, clean title.
Tinted windows.
Unicorn.
Red undercarriage lights.
I guess.
Come with Winger playing on the radio or not?
If you wanted to.
She's
Please.
only...
Continue.
I guess what I'm trying to say is that eventually I will go home. And I've faced many things in my time. I've felt death's touch more times than I can count. You never forget your first. So just write. Just start. I died. I lived. I still live. You can play off what you want, but I know it's cold. And I promise, moving forward, I'll take more care.
No, you won't.
I didn't
But-
say I wouldn't look good doing it.
But we'll still be there to take care of you while you're up there.
Yeah. Maybe stay a little further back.
I tried. I just still wasn't far enough. It's a dragon, man. Where was I gonna go?
Oh, maybe you can call on that lightning boyfriend of yours.
God, what if he doesn't answer? What if he does? What if he's mad?
I don't think that's how that works. It's like Bud was saying. Sometimes they answer, sometimes they don't. Usually if they don't, it's for a higher purpose. It took me 10 years for an answer. Look at me. It may take 20 more, but I'll keep asking. Anyway.
Still got a ways to go, huh?
You have no idea how far you have to go. You don't need to figure it out now. Yeah, we're in the shit. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be hard. But you don't have to figure it out right now. You just have to survive, make it to the next day. And then eventually, one day in the future, you're gonna look back at all the memories, all the experiences, all the hardships, and you're gonna know who you are by what you've done. And that's when you'll feel that fulfillment.
So you're like not leaving anytime soon, right? As I like kind of fling the papers back.
He takes the papers. I don't run from a hunt. And as I see it, I've got 2, 3 world-altering creatures still yet to face. And besides, I was tasked by my deity to be here. That's the funny thing about faith. You see, I was exiled by a human, a righteous prick who thought he owned me. But what really happened was, my God called me to where I belonged and was needed. And now I'm gonna save that prick, and he won't even know. So just wait, have patience, and start your first page, your first new page in your new life.
It's gonna be a hell of a story.
Wait till the encore. Now go on, go back to the music. I know you like to dance and whatever.
Yeah, go sit somewhere.
Do you mind if I sit next to you?
Be pretty cool.
Let's go. And we'll walk back to the waning music of the evening.
Markos is going to be walking down the boardwalk with a couple of drinks because he was going to go and speak with Akiko and sees both of you coming back to the party, and just as cool as the other side of the pillow, just puts a drink in each of your hands and just with a big smile jumps off the boardwalk into the water to go take a dip.
Cool as a cucumber, just
Time for a night swim.
You need to roll to see if you find me floating around with a jug of that strawberry wine.
It's just like sitting on top of your belly as you're just like back floating.
He knows when somebody's had enough of a sidebar on a good night. And just he thinks to himself for a little bit. Tonight is not the night to talk about the dead. Let us revel in the living. Ooh, look at that razor clam.
Oh, and another one.
And I don't know if there's a better scene than to zoom out with you guys walking back to the party as you guys bog holla into the night. Brother.
Brother. Hey, brother.
Sister. Brother.
Oh, yeah, brother.
bears.
The song of the swamp is strong as you guys head off. Next session. Round the outside. To the unknown west.
Gary.
Flawless, don't mind me. Splash. Oh, what a gorgeous outro.
Oh man, that was so good.
Bravo. You know, Adam, I was going to check on Akiko too, but after that, I just decided to
Everybody keeps
Earl's jugs
staring
of
at me.
wine.
You're the
and
one
then
who
go float around in
died.
the lagoon.
I know.
Your brothers,
Yeah, you did.
your brothers all have something to say.
Brother.
Yeah.
Brother.
So it was that moment of her like lying there like lifeless and then thinking like, wow, like she's still just this young girl that's in college that's, you know what I mean, that got wrapped up in all this and now she's dead, and it's just like that changes perspective very rapidly.
Just a little guy.
Just a little guy.
Just a little guy.
Just a little guy.
Just a little guy. I like to party.
I was
There's
just trying
that
to make
stump-
some money for dinner. Look where we're at now.
This is all Code
That's
Dennis's
it.
fault.
We just wanted to eat.
I was not expecting the papers to happen though. That was a shock.
Hot.
There was a split second of me that was like, oh, it's gonna be so great for them to wake up tomorrow and I'm just gone.
God. So thematically, the first time that we went into the war room, I didn't know when it was gonna, like, where that was gonna be when we went back to help Tarben's people, or it was here, whatever it was. It was always in my head when we got in the war room that it's time to hand the baton, to be like, okay, what do you got?
God, and then you're teasing this whole Kalendor trip, and oh God, I don't know about all that.
We got.
We'll see if we survive.
We
I
have
guess,
both.
but-
We have both locations going on.
Oof.
We're hitting everybody's hometown.
And we
Let's
have
go.
And there is also a very, very looming story that involves being green on the horizon as well. So,
I'm excited about that.
yeah.
Being green.
I want Krak to find love again.
Love again. Love again.
I don't know. Oh God, poor Timmy.
So,
Poor Timmy.
I'm working on my internet connection. Don't come.
I would like to sell you on an extended warranty. Poor Krak.
Throw the stands up. I'm done. I can't do it tonight.
nah, great session.
That was so good.
I'm back to Bog Hollow now. I'm grounded. I'm here.
Yeah.
A minute.
The people.
We
Oh,
figured it out.
and Mayor Croaksy is gone.
Yeah, that's
The
And you
tease.
managed to dump all of the NPCs we picked up, by the way.
right.
Yep.
How
What the
magical is
heck?
that?
I gave them all things to support you.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's probably better that they do that than come with us anyways.
Oh, it
because
absolutely is.
we're
No, I
headed
think
to
it-
certain
I think
death
it-
for anybody who's not level.
It's a
you know.
cool
12.
piece. I think they get their piece, and like, you know, we can have our adventure and then meet up and we can see, because like there's a very real possibility that they don't succeed. Like we don't know what's gonna happen, right? Like, and I think that's what's fun is Rob's gonna be
Who's
over there
watching
rolling
the
and being like, well,
owlbear?
we're gonna see how they do and how they fare, and then like that's gonna shift things. We could go back and it's just like 3 people left, and it's like, well, guys, things didn't go too well. Like
They
you know,
need-
it's like,
Those guys need help, and you're lucky that you got NPCs to
Yeah.
Mhm.
Help navigate it.
help
While we can-
navigate.
We've got an awesome
task.
level like 9 Onion Knight, you know. We've got a champion of Nagashaw. We've got Danny
And Earl.
and Earl.
Earl's gonna
Earl,
be- I called it. Earl's gonna lead these people to freedom.
it
You
is
know
his,
what?
it's his big
Viz.
chance to step
Earl
up
really
too.
took on the stepdad mode, like just real quick.
He's the frog.
And they've got
Stepped
He was the
Tarben's
dad
mug
that stepped up.
thing.
He is
you,
the dad.
you never know what might come out of Tarben's mug.
Yeah, that goes a long way in a different way too.
Little Easter egg for you. This Svelmia was a druid because that was a little piece that I never let fly before that.
He thinks that thing is straight from the sugar shacks of the north, like it's legendary maple bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's great though is that if we do survive this entire arc and eventually we go back to Kalendor, I'm gonna have to go back into the very beginning DMs of Rob because my entire backstory and everything was on my drive. That was just it was in a drive that got fucked. So I'm like, I have all this like lore that I was telling him, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to go back here and refresh.
Scrape that now before it gets too much further.
See, the deal is, it's like Bruce Wayne comes back to see Alfred, but Alfred's a right prick. That's it's an Alfred that just never loved him.
Alfred might not be the best, but yes, it's gonna be interesting. But first we gotta go to the west and find out what the hell's over there.
Yeah, he got teased by a couple of things.
Oh God, please don't be the night.
Hags.
I don't. I deal with hags, like I would deal with hags.
Baba Yaga. No problem.
No, I don't want to deal with no night. Nope.
It's the diddler.
The midnight diddler.
Guys, the boogeyman.
College, that's the guy who got a complete
Really misunderstood feral frogs up there. Like that's
okay.
gonna be.
I think
Y'all been calling them boogeymen and everything. It's just so mossy, so they wear it,
so
and y'all just
mossy.
been.
Oh my God! What if that's a term where you're like,
him with a pencil?
Hey, brother,
pencil.
You're getting a little mossy over there. I think that is, yeah, brother, you're getting
Some
a little
weird
mossy.
Brother.
Frog cult.
That's what we're gonna hear.
We're gonna have to hydrate them elbows.
Yeah.
We're gonna start coming into the west, and we're just gonna hear distant brother.
Everywhere.
I'm excited for the feral herringong. That I know, probably that's if Krak's ever gonna settle down, it might be with one of them. Tatted up Lola Bunny. I don't know. He was gonna be able to handle that.
Only thing could match his
Delilah, won't you nibble on my ear?
Lola.
I've got a concoction I'll make for you, and then I'll call you dear. Oh yes, I will.
That might rival Dark Avian Secrets from
You
Meteorian
might not
Core.
be green, but I'll stick with you still. So
Oh,
good.
that's so good.
I still got to play a bard on this
Secret
channel at
herring
some
lover.
point.
I don't know how it's been this long and you haven't.
Yeah.
Really. At this
One
point, it's starting to be impressive.
Yeah, brother.
Brother, but that's where we'll leave you.
Brother. Bye bye.
We'll see everybody next Tuesday. See you guys tomorrow for Stormforge for some more RP. Much love, everybody.